Most of you don't know how to run ads properly, and it's nothing to do with the best AI tool. It's nothing to do with, whether or not it's a long form primary ad text or whatever the format of the actual dropshipping ad is. It's nothing to do with this. And everybody is trying to make it sound like it's more complicated than it is. But you're focusing on the wrong things. That is essentially what's happening. That is why you cannot scale up your ad account, or you can't make more than just a couple of sales dropshipping, because you're just going based on luck. Now, what I've found out along my journey is that marketing is the only way to succeed. Learning marketing is how you separate yourself from the competitors, not just copy and pasting everything that you see and then hoping that that ad is going to be the one that hits, or that product is going to be the one that hits. It's less than about guessing when you learn these marketing principles to then shifting into, okay, I know that this is going to sell. I know that who I'm targeting actually needs my product. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to cover some of the marketing principles, which I've learned along the way, which has allowed me to make ads that can scale to 10K a day plus, and what I've told my students as well to help them scale to 100K, 200K a month. And when you learn these principles, trust me, what happens is your traffic becomes cheaper because your ads fit the audience that you're targeting. It's the right audience that you're targeting. People will literally pull out their credit card in a second because you are targeting the right people. You know who to target, which means you are going to be profitable a lot easier than the other dropshippers. The reason the traffic is so expensive is simply because you're targeting the avatar that needs your product. Instead of just throwing out a random ad and asking AI to do the scripts for you, you're actually being very specific with who you're targeting, and you realize that that person needs your product. Now, how do I actually know this stuff? Is because I've studied it. I've looked into marketing books, Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz, and I'm just going to try and condense it into this video so that you can become a better marketer, because that is the only way for you to get better at e-commerce. And without this knowledge, it's hard to succeed, and nobody is talking about it. So on the topic of breakthrough advertising, let's go through the number one thing which you need to learn: camouflage ads. This is spoken about in breakthrough advertising, and essentially what it is just what the name is. Your ad doesn't look like it is an ad, and that's why things like advertorials work so well. That's why things like long form primary ad text work so well, because the customer doesn't understand, or they haven't actually clocked yet that this is an ad, and so they have no barrier up. If a salesman comes knocking on their door and says, look, I've got something to sell you, of course, they are not going to want to buy that product. There's friction straight away. But if an old person walks up to the door, knocks on the door and says, oh, my kid down there is doing a lemonade stand, can you come round and just, buy lemonade? Of course, they're going to come round and buy a bloody lemonade, because it's camouflage. It's like you're taking people's money without them realizing that these people are trying to manipulate you in a way to take the money. So you need to try to make your ads look camouflaged. Don't try to make your call to actions like, and we are running a 50% sale now, and so you need to go to the website before it runs out, blah, blah, blah. No, you need to make it sound like it's a UGC video. Make it sound authentic. Now, the best way to do this is by going something like, Atria or Foreplay, which is it's sites where there are winning creatives already on there. Now, I go on these sites and I study them constantly. I study all of the winning ads that are on there. And this is what you need to do. And you're going to see these camouflage ads pop up all the time. They're just going to look like, normal TikTok videos, or, it might be a static ad where it's a story, whatever it is. But these ads are going to teach you more about marketing than anything can, because this is what's proven to work. So understand how people camouflage their ads, and it's going to really put you ahead of your competition. Another way that you can do this is when you're creating your ads for your dropshipping store, just try to frame it from the person that you are targeting. Make it sound like a story that your target audience has experienced. Like, I suffered with this, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this, then I finally landed with this, and they're actually running an offer right now, but they sell out all the time. So try and grab before they sell out. Now, that type of ad script is going to outperform one where it's like from a brand and they're like, our product does this, our product does that, our product does this, because it just sounds like you're trying to sell someone. So camouflage the ads and everything will change. Which brings me to my next marketing principle, which is understanding your customer is an unfair advantage. Like I was saying at the start of this video, if you do not understand your customer and who you are targeting, it's going to be pretty much impossible to sell anything. That is literally what most of you are doing. You're just taking anything from the Facebook ads library, you're looking at competitors and you're copying exactly word for word what they're doing. Essentially, what you need to be doing is doing your own research. If there's 10 competitors targeting this same avatar with this same desire, the same problem, the same experience, what are the chances that you're going to come in and you're going to compete with that person, with that avatar and your competitors? It's not going to work. So what you need to do is go to something like Facebook groups and type in the problem that your product solves. When you do this, you then find all of the different people talking about this problem. In your ads, you're going to directly target these different audiences, and you're going to see exactly what works the best and then double down on that segment. When you do this, obviously you're talking directly to the right audience. You're not just guessing based on throwing shit at a wall. You're actually being precise with your targeting. And this is what testing with intent means, you know? Volume is so important when it comes to creative testing. But if you don't know who you're targeting, then you're just going to fail. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to get onto the most important part, which is going to be when you get to the website. But first of all, let me just go through one more thing on your ads, because this has become so unfair nowadays. And what I'm talking about is AI. Now, AI gives you an advantage which you really didn't have before. Like I was saying about those different angles of different things that you could do, it has become so easy to target these angles. And so there is just unlimited possibility to scale. Because whether it be a photo ad, whether it be a video ad, you can craft these ads around any avatar that you want, because AI lets you do that. If you can craft an image from AI, you can turn it into a video. There's multiple platforms that can do this. If you do that and then you craft your scripts around that persona, people see that person in the ad, they see themselves in the ad, and they instantly relate with that customer. If they do this, then of course they're going to just be more inclined to buy that product from the brand, because they can resonate with it. They see that somebody else is experiencing their problem, they've tried the same solutions that they've tried, and they then found this product. Now, if there's enough social proof behind your website and you give them a strong enough reason to buy, and the problem hits deep enough, then well done, you've probably just secured a customer, because you're targeting your customer directly with highly realistic AI ads where people can just instantly relate with it. So using AI, I 100% recommend now. Don't wait for content creators. Don't try to do, all the complicated bullshit where you have to wait 4 weeks to get a product coming into your house, record it yourself, or wait for a content creator to record it for you. Just slap as many ads as you can up at one time based on the research that you've already done. Now let's get into the marketing principle, which is based on the website. And if you don't crack this and you don't make sure that it's perfect, everything else will crumble. Your ads won't work, your revenue won't go up, and you won't be able to scale up your ads. Now what this is average order value. And it's not just, putting some generic offer in like buy one, get one free or whatever it is. Increasing your average order value is about the product itself. Does the product look premium? Do you have supplementary products on the website where people want to buy not just that product, but also other things with that product? Are you showing it in the right locations on the website? Are you showing it in the cart? Are you showing it just below the product page? Are you offering a little bit of discount if people buy these other supplementary products? Are you offering a free gift if people buy more than one product? There is so much that you can do to increase your average order value. And along with making your brand look premium, then you're going to get a higher conversion rate, your average order value will be higher, and that unlocks scale. If you get these two things right, you're going to be able to scale up your ads inevitably. And your customer acquisition costs can be a lot higher. So you can spend £60 on an ad and be profitable and scale, whereas your competitor might only get one sale while you're getting 2 sales, and they need to spend £30 on an ad to be profitable. So the person that can spend £60 and that unlocks scale is going to be able to scale a lot faster than the guy who has to spend £30 and get a sale. So focus on increasing that average order value, and your life is going to become a lot easier when it comes to scaling a store. So the principles that I've just outlined is what separates somebody who is just guessing and throwing shit at a wall and somebody who is actually going to succeed in e-commerce. These are the things that I'm doing in order to succeed, and the things that my students are doing to succeed. But I can't explain this all in a 10-minute video. You need to go and do your research, read breakthrough advertising, study marketing principles, because that is going to get you ahead where most people aren't doing it. Most people are relying on AI. And don't let that be you, because eventually people, it's already happening right now. People are picking up on what is AI and what isn't. Not just videos or photos. The actual what people are saying. If it's a script, whatever it is, people can pick up that it's AI. So authenticity is going to be the new currency. So if you're authentic, create your ad scripts, and you focus on getting better at marketing, this is going to make you succeed. Like I said, I can't fit all of this into one video, but I do go through it in our program. So if you want to be a part of our program, go down to the link in the description, watch the video down there, and book a call with me.